Good evening, it's Kuro. Gonna go with take 3 now that I put number 2 to bed. Got a Z52 game in on the map Trap, going over the matchmaking. We've got a Des Moines, a Buffalo, uh, potentially a Minotaur rounding out the radar threats. The enemy DDs are a Shima and a Gearing. And this map, or this battle, I basically pulled it because it's got a lot of really good cap contesting action, back and forth, and it just kind of shows you some of the dance, uh, how to you know work some of these caps, particularly from the standpoint of a Z52. You've obviously got the smoke hydro combo, um, but you also have a really torp spammy sort of play style. I mean, this fast into the game, my torps are 33 seconds from being reloaded. Uh, with Adrenaline Rush, some of these, more torp focused builds, you can crank that reload down to insane levels. Now, me personally, I go with a hybridized build with some gun buffs in there. Because your HE DPM, you tend to struggle, and against good DD players, you're not gonna get anything outside of maybe one AP shot, and everything else is gonna be HE. So you need to, you know, be prepared to make that AP shot count. Now up here, I launched these torps a little early. I thought that the DD basically was going to come in here, turn around, and just sit stern on. I see a lot of destroyers will do that up here. Turns out this guy came in, and he's going to cross up here, and he's going to contest up in this arc of the cap for a pretty good section or segment of the game. So I'm pushing up. I'm just trying to get some spots for my team. And I'm kind of heading towards this island. This island is a pretty nice fire break that can protect you from shots coming in up here. And I get spotted by the Shima. And just gonna do the Z52 thing. This is what you love to see, catching a destroyer like this. He's got an island blocking his way. He can't turn right around. And I'm just going to go to work on this guy. Now, I could have used AP there, but it would have, it would have taken me a fraction of a second to try to reload the AP, and I just wanted to get as many shots into this DD as I could. And, at the end of the day, that, quick encounter cost him over half of his HP. Or roughly half of his HP. So things are looking good. That's a really good trade on, one of the two enemy DDs. Didn't cost me any hit points. And that's, the quintessential Z52, play style and how you punish DDs. I'm kind of looking around right now for situational awareness and just, shooting. I notice I miss, so zoom back in and re-aim because this Kurfürst is maneuvering. Honestly, this was just kind of filler, just trying to harass this guy, get whatever sort of damage I could, while I still have smoke. Now I see the enemy gearing. It is starting to drop smoke up here. I'm coming back into the cap. Unfortunately, my hydro's down, so I can't make a hydro play against this guy. So I'm just going to drop some dual-purpose torps up here towards the turpits. Maybe I catch this gearing and smoke. He just got spotted, I think, by this Ibuki's spotter plane. Now the issue that I'm having is, we've already got one ship that died over here. We've got this FDG that he's broadside to a Minotaur, a Turpitz, a Kurfürst, You got a Zal back there shooting. You can't do that, guys. You know, he's just up there. He eats a ton of damage, and it's that makes it really hard. But the real nasty one's coming right here. This Ibuki. Okay, he pulled a good play spotting this gearing with the spotter plane. Uh, but he needs to chill out. He needs to chill out, but he's not. He's, for whatever reason, maybe he thinks this Kurfürst is going to poke around the island and kill him. Uh, he's going to rush right into the cap, and he ends up in a crossfire between, you got a Jean Bart and a Montana pushing up in here. There's the Kurfürst. Um, really, I would have, if I was this Ibuki, I would have tried to hold that line and drop my torps on him. If you look, there's no torps going towards the Kurfürst. This guy just YOLO'd right into the cap. The gearing spotted, but I dare not shoot. I've got a Zal 7 kilometers off me. That's a real quick way to lose, you know, almost half of my HP. I see a John Bart pushing up, and he isn't spotted long, but it's enough where I get a good idea of where he's going with the torps. I just drop the torps right back on him. And though I find that those quick little sight pictures where you just get a quick glimpse at where somebody's going is really powerful, because people don't tend to dodge if they're undetected. So, you know, when possible, I'll actually, you know, drop torps on somebody, and if I'm the spotter, duck behind an island and just, you know, let them keep thinking nobody can see him, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden torpedoes in their face. Now, if you'll notice my positioning again, I am stern into the cap. You know, I have been moving around in here quite a bit, but that's because I've been pretty sure of the gearing's position in the cap. I'm gonna go on ahead, pop my hydro, because I believe he's got torps available. And I'm gonna start trying to reverse across the cap, and this is another Z52 thing. Basically reversing into the enemy DD with your hydro, and you know, even if it's a Z50, even if it's a Shima or a Kagero, anything like that, you're spotting them at 6 kilometers. I spot this gearing. He's you know, broadside on, and get a really nice salvo there, almost 5k off him. He's kiting out. I'm switching to HE, and he's off now. But that was crippling for that enemy gearing. I basically ensured that this guy, he's constantly going to be running from me if I can, if I bump into him. So he's going to be playing careful, you know, pretty much the rest of the game. I do have to leave my smoke because I've got an unspotted John Bart. And here's another bad play. I've got a Massachusetts. You know, this guy, he could sit back here and, you know, hold down this angle from any broadside ships. He can use his secondaries to pepper these guys. Instead, hey, I gotta get it on. I'm gonna YOLO right into the enemy team. And, you know, Massachusetts, you might have nice secondaries, but you don't have what I would consider a really good armor package. You're not gonna tank this. This Minotaur smokes up. You know, you've got battleships coming out of the woodwork now, and it's all over. This guy's, he's done. He can't turn out now, and he's also got a Tirpitz on his broadside. And I believe this Kurfürst down here can even shoot him. There's just so many things wrong with that sort of positioning, and he had a really good position right in here. You know, you had me in front to scout for torpedoes, and it's just things like, you know, understand when you're in a good position, it's okay to hold that position. But you know, at this point, I'm just waiting for him to die and get out of my way. I know I'm going to get spotted by this Jean Bart here shortly. I'm just want to try to make sure we get this guy finished off with torps. Looking to see what he's doing. This Zao did take a shot at me, and he gets a really good hit right there. And that was me waiting too long with my torps, trying to see where this John Bart was going. Honestly, I shouldn't have let myself get spotted there. I should have held up by this island outside of spotting range, and if he came around, just hammered him quick with AP or torps, right in his face. So that is a misplay there, and it is going to have some consequences later on in the game. Now, I've lost C. I don't have the support anymore to try to work C cap, just because there's been so many of my allies that have just thrown themselves away up there. So I just circle back around to B cap. I know that the enemy team's going to be pushing south to try to defend B. Again, this Moskva, he's in a good position here. He could basically lock down this angle with his AP, punish anybody trying to approach B cap from the north with his radar. I see him starting to poke, and I tell him, get back now. Right off the bat. I get spotted by the gearing. I throw up my hydro. I see the Minotaur. I'm just going ahead. I'm going to pop smoke. And this Minotaur is going to do a pretty good job at shooting into the smoke at me. My engine's broke, and he just gets that one good volley on me before I can repair the engine, and he gets another really good chunk of damage on me. This Minotaur, I think he's being radared by the Moskva. I'm gonna go on ahead, throw torps in there. Really trying to get this guy down because I know we're down on points. We finally get that kill, and at this point I'm looking around. I see this Turpitz pushing in. Last thing I want is this guy to rush right through the gap. So I'm gonna push up here into this position. I've got torps in 33 seconds. Basically want to be into a position where if he pokes that gap, I can torp him point blank and kill him. Look in, we get a quick sight picture. The Montana's slowly kind of pushing up. The Zao's kiting. This Turpitz, I thought he was going to go. He starts kiting, so I know there's probably torpedoes coming through here because Turpitz stings. There's the torps. We do have a Henry that's in a position to rush the Shima, and this is something that needs to happen. We need to start slowing these points down. I'm circling back around to C-Cap, just to try to help my Salem and Borogon out. They both still have a lot of HP, but this Salem is easily overmatched by the Montana. And, this he's going to be in the open here shortly. I don't think the Montana can see him with the island in between them. But I don't know what the hell that is, but that really hurt us. You take a look now. They're at 560 with 2 caps. And, the race is on. I circled back and I dropped, one of those really nasty torpedo spreads battleships hate. When they're rushing and they're trying to brawl an enemy battleship, getting a torp from the side is just absolutely devastating. So I'm hoping I can kind of save my team some HP by picking that fight up there, or dropping those torps up there. And now I want to come back because I expect this this Turpitz to push south. I expect this Zhao's on his way back into B-cap, so I want to kind of make this loop through here and see what I can spot, see what I can deny. I'm trying to look at my torps. I really need to know if this guy's dead or not, so I actually hit Z for once. I see that he's done, and Montana's done. Now, this Beauregard, he needs to cap C as quick as possible. He's a battleship, but he is somewhat fast. So I'm telling him right now, can you cap C? Now I do make a misplay here. This Salem, he drifts a bit. I spot the Zhao. The Zhao realizes he's pushing into a DD. He's got a battleship on his broadside. He's gonna kite out. Beauregard shooting HE. That kind of sucks for that shot. But I basically threw some Make-A-Wish torpedoes right out here just to harass that opening if that Zhao actually goes to push that. And now I'm just gonna spend my torp reload chasing down the Turpitz. I want to try to get into torpedo range on this guy. I kind of expect this guy to, you know, either push in or, you know, just kind of kite out. And this guy, he hasn't seemed like he's wanted to really push all game. So I'm leaning towards he's gonna kind of kite out in this direction here. So I'm just taking kind of taking aim and, you know, going for broke with my torps. This Henry, he's still got a lot of HP. I'm kind of wishing that he would be able to cap this. I do get a spot on the Zhao here, and that spot right there is going to keep this Zhao from rushing the gap. You see he's starting to turn in. People start shooting at him. He turns right out. And that just bought us some extra time with B-cap ticking. And I'm going to try to use that time to push south and try to help flip A-cap. And if possible, kill the Shima. And right here, you can kind of see the effect of those two, you know, kind of shots that I really shouldn't have taken from the Zhao, from the Minotaur. If I wouldn't have taken, you know, even just one of them, I would be roughly half HP. And I could just rush right in there and kill this Shima. And I make a bit of a misplay up here. I'm looking to try to torp this Zhao, and I lose track of my RPF for a minute while I'm doing this. And I get spotted. I instantly think this guy's here. I start dropping my smoke. I popped hydro. Really, I didn't need to smoke up here. I could have just used hydro, but the Shima is spotted. I'm kind of anticipating that that wasn't gonna happen. I was relying on this Henry to kill this Shima that I spotted with my hydro, and you know, I smoked up basically because I didn't want to risk a shot from the Turpitz or the Zhao. Those were the two that, I mean, they were close enough that with 5k they could kill me easy. So, at this point, I'm pretty sure the game's lost. I'm kind of hoping that this Salem rushes A-cap with me. If he does, he's going to get shots on this Salem, or on this Shima. I don't shoot here because this Zhao will spot me. He'll be able to actually shoot me. Much longer than, you know, what that Shima could do. And I'm just gonna step on A. I know the Turpitz is there. I can't push around this island because I've got no HP. And the best I can do is just spot this Shima if he tries to contest the cap. I'm gonna throw some, you know, Make-A-Wish torpedoes out there. But at this stage of the game, I'm pretty sure that it's lost. And if I rush out there and maybe kill the Shima, and right here I see that, oh shit, the Turpitz, he's actually kited back north. You know, I didn't expect that. That's not what I would consider a really good play. Because his Shima's low HP, he needed the support. Um, but even with that, I mean, that Turpitz is close enough to really cause an issue. I'm gonna take a shot from the Shima at least once, and at least one from the Turpitz, and I don't think I'll live through all of that. And time just ticks down, and we lose on points. So I thought this game was a really good game on trying to, like try hard mode with Z52. I was working my butt off trying to, carry these teams and ignore all of these reports. I was furious after this game with uh, these just all of these massive misplays that, it completely cost us the game. If that Moskva would have lived, uh, you know, if that Ibuki would have lived, I mean, just even one of those, and we probably would have won the game because we probably would have been able to pick up the Zhao kill. You know, it's it's just this game was a goddamn tragedy. But just taking a look, seeing how I did, 103,000 damage on my behalf, 137 spotting. Uh, doing what I could to try to capture points. I contested CCAP for a significant amount of time, uh, tying up their points over there. The issue was they just beat us with cap control. Their Shima did a good job getting around the map and capping things, um, whereas our my team just didn't. And then we just had too many ships, throw away their ship, and points just blew out of control, and that led to the loss. Um, but I did feel that there was a lot of solid lessons and gameplay that you can learn from this video. So that's why I went on ahead and uploaded it for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.